In this video, we're going to continue the code case, and we're going to put that pocket, those ribs, and some other cuts at the bottom. So we start with the pocket. We do a sketch there. L for line. Track the center. Do a line there. Line. We do an offset. Offset two sides. That is 17.5 is the width. So we put 17.5 and divide it by 2 because it have two sides. And then we have the curve there, 32. So we go and use an arc. Let me push this one a bit down so that you see the arc. Center point arc. So we start there with the center point arc. Then that arc we put on it a dimension of 32. Okay. After we finish that, now let's push these dimensions a bit in the middle. We trim off. T for trim. Then we can trim off all these. Trim these. Maybe the lines were a bit too long. Okay. And then we can as well even trim off that because we don't need it. Okay. Then we can offset that. It's on one side and it needs to be inside. So we'll put a negative value there. The drawing, the thickness is 1.7. But you can see on that drawing there, that's 1.7. So this one seems to be okay, but it's not fitting properly that side. So we can extend that line. We go to extend. Make sure that that line reaches the end. Okay. So we do that extension. What we need is that letter E. Extrusion has been selected already. The height is 10 millimeters. We put 10 and that is done now. It will blend in properly. Look at the bottom face and there's a small hole there of 4 millimeters. So we track the center of the 4 millimeters. That is the size of the hole. Then we also put position dimensions, which according to the drawing is that 27.4. Okay. And we need to extrude this one, letter E. Click on the circle. It says negative 2.5, so we put a negative 2.5 because it's a cut. That is the hole there. So now we go to do the ribs. So click on that face, go to sketch. So we need a rib which is 29.6 degrees, which is that one there. It's not giving us that value, but it's up here, 20. So all you need is to do, you see there 29.6, letter L. The L for line. L for line, and then we start from there, we'll go up. That's our center line. We can put the construction, and then letter L again for line, and we do another line from there. Line hasn't gone properly. Letter L for line. Okay, then we put the angle there. Okay, I didn't want this line to go very far. I think I'll just pull it down up somewhere there. What's the reason that we don't need it outside? So we do that angle 29.6, and then we need to trim off now because we need that line for creating our rib. Okay, so that middle line there is what we need. According to the drawing, it is the rib is 12 millimeters there. So I need this line to be 12 millimeters. Good. Sometimes to the jump off. Then I click OK. Small house. I turn around. Now I'm going to make a plane. I'm going to make a plane at an angle and just go on that line. I put 90 degrees so the plane comes that way. So I'm going to draw here a sketch. I'll just turn it a bit so that you can see where we're going. So I'm going to project geometry from that circular part. See if we need to use it. Then I'm going to get a line. A line from, actually, we need to do project geometry again and project that line because that line is now in another environment. It's not in this one, but we need it now to draw our rib. So this rib is going to be 3 millimeters up according to the drawing there. It is 3 mils. There you can see it. And then L for line. So if I start there and go up to this point, then I'm going to make a line. So I don't need all this. I will just delete this line which we used because all I need is that line. I don't need a closed kind of shape. So I can put this one down and then I go to create. I look for where there's rib and then I will click on that line is what I need. If you drag this line a bit, you're going to see. So according to the drawing, it should be the dimension is on one side, but I found that if you do symmetrical, that's when it looks more of what it is here. To achieve that one, needs to have that line there on symmetry in the middle. Okay, so this blends in very well. All I need now is to put the thickness, which according to here is 2.5. So go here and type 2.5. I have a rib there already done. Okay, so now we need to put the others. I'll just click here on the top view and see now how we're going to go about the rest. So we shall just do mirror. So if I go to, let me put this one down because I don't need that much. Actually, I need that drawing there. So I do mirror, mirror, change this one to features. Sorry. Then I click, I choose that one, and then I select a plane. And all I need is a plane in that direction, which is that. And then I say, okay, that's done. Again, I can put this one a bit down there. And now I'm going to choose the features. I'm going to choose those two objects. This one and this one. And then mirror line will be that face. I mean that plane. And then I click OK. Okay, so now if you look at this one from the top view, you're going to see how it is supposed to be. Okay, then you go back and check the angle because I looks a bit in. Let me edit this sketch and see. This is not the one. I edit this sketch. Sketch. Okay, let me leave that one a bit like that and then we go on. We may have to do a small adjustment. Okay, then for the next one, I'm going to do a circular pattern. Again, I choose features. I choose that one. And for the axis, I choose any of this on the side. We need two of them. You choose a partial angle and you put here 300. You need to make those calculations yourself and see why I've chosen 300. I have one already here on this side. So the next one I need to do is I just need to mirror this one that way. So I go back to mirror, choose that one, and then select the mirror line is that one. Then I click OK. That one finishes off all these ribs. Then I go down to put the final part, which is those are the holes. So I click here, then I do it smaller. Okay, then I do sketch. Now we're going to do that shape there. So this one is a bit tricky. L for line, we need to do it one side. So I click there. L for line again. I do that way. The line is shifted. L for line. Something wrong with mouse. Then I do center line or construction. Now I'm going to use the arc. Just a moment. Let's finish the whole drawing anyway. So I do a mirror, that's the object, and that's the center line. Then I click OK. This one has a diameter of 20 and 19, and then 11 at the bottom. So I'm going to do arc, center point arc, and then I do 20 from here to the center. I'm just going to do halfway because that's how it works better. Again from there, I do 11, and then I click and do to the center. And then I do again, I do 19, which is the next one. I'll show you where it goes to the center. So the aim is that I just want to do that shape halfway. Probably it's not very necessary now. And then I trim. So I trim all these, and this is the shape there. So what I'm going to do, this shape, I'm going to mirror it. Just going to select everything. Just going to select everything, and then choose mirror. Select the mirror in. Yeah. After I've done that, that's when I put the dimensions. I'm going to put angle here, which will be 22.5. You can see from that drawing here. Then I'm going to put a distance between that point and that point, which is 6.3. That's the shape we need. Okay, so please do it in that order, otherwise you won't be able to get it properly. So after this, then I'm going to do a circular pattern. So let me push this one a bit down to the side. Then I go to circular pattern. In the pattern, I need to choose the whole of this. The center point, I prefer to do one of the circumferences there. And then this is a full one. And we need 16 instances. I click OK. So those are the 16 instances at the bottom. Then I do E for extrude. And then I just need to pick all these one by one. The inside, the drawing, it goes in by 1 millimeter. So what I need to do is put -1. Then you have cuts all around. Now we need to finish off with another cut, but the sketch has disappeared. So I just need to go to the sketches here and bring up the sketch again. It's probably this one, okay? And then I do another. If I go back, I need to do another cut, which is here 5.5. So E for extrude, and this time I pick those top parts. E for extrude, I pick those parts there. Pick everything. Take some time. Let's be -5.5. Okay, so I think now all these are finished. We need to remove that sketch, switch it off so that we can see the, the final drawing. So if you want really to see that you did the right thing according to the drawing, then I'm going to split it. If I go to the middle plane here and then splitting tool has been selected, that one, and then I click OK. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to hide one of these. If I hide this, I want to hide part of this body so that we can see only one of the bodies here. If I click here and then I show it small house, I need one of the flat, then that. So if you see that, you look at the drawing here, that view there is that one. And everything is finished. Okay, so I return it back to, you can go back to the other drawing. I need to do a bit of tweaking here because maybe one of these entered a bit too much there. That's up to you to correct. Thank you.